Are you ready for this?
How is it that President Biden today gave praise to AOC after she showed support for the pro-Hamas protesters? What we are seeing right now on our streets and on our campuses is an illegal occupation.
Like, I'm almost terrified to share more of her thoughts with you. First of all, she calls the protesters pro-Hamas. This is what people on Fox News do. They incite violence in any way they can, and then they cry victim. And then they try to delegitimize real causes by labeling them as the opposite of what they are. And she dares say the encampments are an illegal occupation. I mean, we know she's playing. That's funny, haha, because you really know what a real occupation is. You know what it is.
Columbia University, which the Lawfare Project is suing right now for unlawful discrimination, has become Juden Rein. They have told their Jewish students to stay home. They have told a Jewish professor to stay home. And in the meantime, they're negotiating with pro-Hamas protesters. And what are we being occupied by? We're being occupied by radical Islamist theology that has been imported from the Middle East to the tunes of billions of dollars from Qatar. And the question is, how is this happening and why? How is it that they are so coordinated? They're all chanting the same slogans. Who is paying for the buses? Who is paying for the private planes that are bringing in the outside agitators? Why do they have all of them the same green tents? Who is producing this massive amount of literature? And how are we allowing this to happen? Where is the DOJ? Where is the NSA? This is a national security concern.
Has she ever bought a tent? Because most tents are green. It's not the conspiracy theory she thinks it is. Sorry. And as for the slogans, it's just called being part of a protest. Has she never been in one? Because there are not that many versions of a slogan. And the rallying cries are what bind people together across the world. So screaming Free Palestine is not a conspiracy by the Qatari government. And honestly, she sounds like Nancy Pelosi, except Pelosi is paranoid about the Chinese. So it's just strange behavior. As for how they are coordinated, TikTok, baby. All right, enough of that already. Let's finish up with one last word from Noah.
Tell me why a president of the United States of America can't just take the simple, most basic and fundamental stand, which would be against evil in our time, and tell Israel to win your war against terrorism after the worst terror attack in your history. Why is he lecturing them? Why is he, comparing them with the State Department to Hamas?
I think it's not surprising that this is happening right before an election in America. This is exactly why it's happening. It's exactly designed to tear America from within. And for that, we need to follow the money. And with that, we need to see where this is coming from. And we need to understand, what does political Islam want? What does jihadism want? When they say death to America and death to Israel, this is what they're after.
Now, I'm going to defend Biden here. I know. Don't get angry at me. I have to do it because someone has to. How dare they attack him when all he's doing is bleeding for Israel? He is Israel. He is seeped so deep in Israel propaganda, it's almost impossible to disentangle him from it. And even that is not enough for them. Sorry, Biden, your best effort is not good enough. It's not enough that you're sending billions and billions of dollars, vetoing resolutions left and right, refusing to condemn anything, not looking at the war crimes. Just yesterday, you said your support is ironclad. What more can you do? What more can this poor old man do? Even if he comes out strong, condemning the anti-Semitic protests, calling them dangerous. Look how they're talking about him. Why would anyone want to align with these propagandists? Why are they still being given platforms? Why are they still being lauded and protected and being made out like they are the victims? It is